right. Hi, y'all. Welcome to season 4, also known as episode 27. Holy shit. I'm so excited to be here and to kick off a new season. Just to give you guys a quick recap in case you don't remember how last season ended. So last season ended with me being like, holy fuck, I don't even know what's going to happen because I ended up in a new relationship, right? So I ended up just being like swept off my feet. Holy shit, the guy's really cute, funny, sweet. Oh my God, it's awesome. And ironically, he was date number 69, which I think is just hilarious if you think about it. But anyway, so I talked about him, of course, at the end of last season, and it was unexpected. Like I wasn't expecting to end up in a relationship. And I had a bit of like epiphany moments. I was just like, should I continue the podcast? Should I not? Asked you guys on social media. I got some good reviews from you. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. So I decided to make this season 4, which holy shit, I can't believe it's 4 and it's episode 27. But I decided to make this season literally I don't even know what the fuck is going to happen kind of season, right? So I'll still do just the tips, still talk about, first dates that I had prior to 69. But mostly I thought it would be fun to talk a little bit about new relationships, right? So I posted this question on Facebook, on social media. That's where I communicate with you guys the most. And I love it. You guys help me get through my day of like, no idea. I fucking love it. But my question was like new relationships, right? Like all the first, like what happens with the first photo? I told you guys about our last first photo or the first photo attempt. And I was like, holy fuck, freaked me the fuck out, right? But we ended up doing an actual first photo, which I will talk about. And I think it's cute as shit. We ended up with a couple of them and so fucking cute. And we're in the same shirt. It was shirts he gifted. So fucking cute. Anyway. But I also thought it was interesting to talk about like status changes this season. And I thought it would be fun to talk about like first meets with kids. Like if your new relationship significant other has kids, if they don't have kids, if they just have a spouse, if they just have like an ex that's significant in their life, I thought that would be fun, right? Because at some point you have to meet your new relationship person's friends and family, right? So I like the idea of talking about that. And then the first time, like either one of you or both of you simultaneously or together say, I love you, that's significant, right? So I think that's kind of fun. I like the idea of talking about that. First handwriting was really funny. It occurred to me last time I saw 69 that I didn't know what his handwriting looked like. It was really funny. A small thing, but I'm just like, I hadn't noticed that before. And then I'm not going to talk about religion and politics. Like I just refuse to, specifically on this platform. But I do think it's interesting the first time that you have these discussions with somebody, right? So like the first time 69 mentioned, how he felt about certain things, I was blown away, right? So, I mean, it doesn't mean that it was like I'm canceling the relationship or anything. It was just interesting because I just didn't see that coming, right? But that's fine. That's part of life, right? And that's also part of just being adaptable and understanding and, just like growing together as like a team, right? Because I think that's what good couples and new relationships should be. You should strive to be a team. And then, of course, like the funny things, like, when you build furniture together, right? That's when they say you like really see the other person's like real personality and like road trips. Like, so we built furniture, we've done road trips, we've traveled kind of a lot together and separately to see each other. So anyway, so that's basically what I want to talk about with this season, right? So if you guys have any questions about anything, always reach out to me. I love hearing your stories. I may or may not share a couple of stories throughout the season of what you guys have told me. But I appreciate you guys so much. I'm grateful to be here. And holy shit, let's get started with season 4, which is I don't even know what the fuck is going to happen season. Okay, so as you know, 69 lives in a different state, right? So prior to our first date, because we had that awesome first date, right? Like the Christmas movie, Hallmark movie first date, right? Which was fucking awesome. Like, I flew, he drove several hours, we met. It was fucking awesome, right? It was like one of the best weekends I think I've had. We immediately connected. It was just a lot of fun, right? So prior to that, though, I, of course, was like bold and what I joke slutty because I'm the one who shot my shot and reached out to him, right? So before we had actually scheduled the first date, I was kind of like, hey, do you like the Dead South? Because I fucking love the Dead South and I want to see them live. And do you know where such and such place is? Because it's in the same city that you live in, but I don't know how close it is. Okay, bye. Like, send the message, right? Like a complete psycho. He was just like, I don't really know them, but that place that you're talking about is really close to where I live. So like, fuck it, let's go. And I'm like, awesome. So how's this weekend? And he's like, great, let's go. So this was supposed to be like our first meet, right? But we ended up, changing plans a little bit, having fun, like communicating, talking, long phone calls, all that. So we decided to meet on Christmas. But this trip happened after Christmas, but ironically it was supposed to be the first one. But if you know me, first date, not really first date, totally my fucking life, right? So I flew that weekend. Well, we had already met, right? So of course Christmas, but this was supposed to be the first date anyway. So I flew that weekend in. It was a good trip, actually. I got stuck a little bit with the weather, but that was totally fine. It was awesome because it gave me more time with him. But when I flew in, of course, I was like listening because I fucking like love concerts. I love live music. I'm so glad that now a lot of us get to enjoy that again, even with the pandemic, right? I love that so much. Anyway, I love live music, especially if it's like an artist that I love and I know all their words. I'm like, holy fuck, so awesome. I love like just the vibe, the energy in the air, right? Anyway, so I was really looking forward to this, to see the Dead South. I love them. There's so many songs that I know by heart and just sing repeatedly, like to Ike, right? My dog. Anyway, so I flew in that weekend, like super excited. I downloaded like the set list, which I love to do because I love my live music so much. And I love to like make playlists. I still, use iTunes. I know I'm fucking like old school. And I like to make like playlists, right? And I listen to like the set list like before the concert to get me like all excited, right? I did it with Bob Dylan. It's fucking awesome. Anyway. So I was like super excited, right? Listening to the playlist, like flying in, going to different airports, whatever. And then I landed. And of course, 69 and I had been texting like the whole time. Sometimes I have Wi-Fi on the flight. Sometimes I don't, whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm here. And he's like, awesome. And then of course, me, I'm like never by the right fucking door of where I think I'm going to be at the airport. I was like, yeah, I'm right here by Delta. It was not by Delta. Anyway, so it was really cute. And I don't know if I had mentioned before, but one time on the phone, he had slipped and called me his ex's name instead of my name, which was funny as shit, right? So I had bought like these little like name tags from Party City, and I had them on like the skin, like the bear skin, and then I had them on the shirt, and then I had them on the jacket, right? Just to be funny, I was like, my name is actually Tracy. Anyway, so the reason I bring this up is because like, I fly, I'm listening to like the Dead South, like I'm like, God, the concert's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great weekend. He's really cute. I can't wait to spend more time with him because this was going to be the only second weekend at this point that I had spent with him, right? So I was like really excited. And then I had the name tag because I think I'm funny, right? So, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I'm right by Delta. And then he's like, where? I don't see you because of course I was not by Delta. So we ended up with this like long stretch of the sidewalk because of course I was in the wrong fucking spot, right? So I had to watch him come to me and like kind of like a movie or like a beach, like we're like walking to each other, and and I have my name tag, which he doesn't notice right away. But you know what I fucking noticed? I fucking noticed his fucking gray sweatpants. Like, holy fuck. Like, I could not stop looking at his pants as he's walking to me, right? So it's supposed to be this cute, semi-romantic kind of like scene, right? Like you're imagining like on the beach walking to each other. I'm like, oh, this is so cute. There would be like romantic music or fucking something cute in the background, right? And I'm just like, Tracy, look up. Repeatedly in my head, I'm like, Tracy, look up, look up, look up. It was really hard for me to fucking look up, but I did. Anyway, so we met. It was cute. We like kissed, hugged, whatever. And then of course, talked shit about me because I was not at Delta. But anyway, so we got in his car and then we headed off to like a great weekend, right? I was there, I believe, 2 days before the concert. So much fun. And that was actually one of the weekends where I'm like, it was only the second weekend, but we weren't in a relationship yet, right? So we both knew that each other was not like dating like other people. And like we knew that we had like taken ourselves off of apps. And we were both like, if this works, great. If it doesn't work, I need a break anyway, right? So you guys know all that already, right? But what was really fucking cute about this weekend, the second weekend, was, we didn't do the road trip, obviously, because that was the first weekend, the Christmas holiday movie weekend. That was fucking awesome. We did that long road trip back. Anyway, but this one was cute because we did a little bit of like grocery store shopping. We did a little bit of like clothes shopping. Like I love Grunt Style, like you guys know. That company is near and dear to my heart. They're doing so fucking ridiculously super successful. I'm so happy for them. And I love their shit, right? So I have never been to like one of their stores before. Like I bought some shit online, but I don't even think I have an account with them, but whatever. So he was like, hey, there's one, that's not too far from where I live. So, we can get like something to drink. We could get like, some food, whatever, go shopping. You can see it. I'm like, it's awesome. Right. So we went to Grunt Style. I picked out a t-shirt that I have been wanting forever, which was, the Care Bears. Like, I don't fucking care. I fucking love that shirt. He picked up a jacket. It was like fun. Right. We walked around, but the reason I bring it up is because like, so I was single for 2 years. Right. So, and I love PDA. I've always loved PDA. Like, if you know me, I like to be like really nostalgic and sentimental. And like, if you give me like a card, I'll keep it. I'm just like one of those people, right? I'm just like, oh, it's so sweet, right? I mean, I keep it forever, but I keep it for a while, right? And then I love to take photos and selfies and the whole bit of like the moments that I'm in. I take 1,000 photos of my dog probably every day. But it's just like helps me process memories, and I'm like really nostalgic. So PDA I really love. I'm like a huge fan of PDA. My ex was not a fan of PDA. Didn't mean he didn't like, because he compromised. He wasn't a complete asshole, but it wasn't something that he like embraced. I could always tell he was doing it for me, but not really enjoying it kind of thing. So it was one of those things that I kind of just got used to not having in my life. And of course we were single. Well, I was fucking single. He wasn't single, but I was fucking single for 2 years. So it was one of those things I got used to just like not having in my life, if that makes any sense. And this also reminds me of the love languages. I don't know if I completely agree with them. I think some of it's bullshit, but I definitely think touch is one of mine. Like, I love that. Anyway, so this was that weekend, and I'm just kind of like, okay, I think it's kind of obvious, to each other that we kind of like each other, So we held hands a lot. We kissed a lot, sat down next to each other. I fucking love when couples sit like side by side, right? So we did that for the first time. It was like really fucking cute that weekend. Like everywhere, coffee, wherever we went, he sat by my side, and it was so fucking cute and sweet. And I love couples that sit side by side. Anyway, but that weekend was fun. So like we did a lot of shopping, a little bit of food stuff. We shopped for knives. I think I already fucking lost one already, but whatever. That's just me. And then I spotted this like badass one that I liked, but it was too expensive. But I'll tell you guys about that one later. Anyway, so it was a good weekend. It felt very like couple-like, right? So that's my whole point. Like, I think it's interesting when you meet somebody, whether they have gray sweatpants on or not, that you can't stop staring at. And he looked awesome in them, by the way. But it was just fun. It was like a first for me. It was a first for me to realize, PDA is good for him too. And that's something I really like. It's a good sign, right? Shopping was fun. I always feel like if you can get along with somebody and laugh with somebody like in a gas station or a grocery store, it's a really good sign, right? Because you could always have fun with somebody if you go to like a bar or a brewery or like a movie house or just wherever you're going, like whatever your event's going to be, like hiking, whatever. You can have fun with people, but I think the small everyday things, if you can have fun with somebody, like pick it out like white cheddar popcorn, like this is fucking awesome, right? So it was a great weekend. But this leads me up to the concert, right? So the whole purpose of this weekend, which was supposed to be the first date, but was really not the first date. It ended up being the second day, right? Because of Christmas. But so we had like 2 days prior to the concert. So at this point, I was feeling really comfortable, really happy with him, feeling really great, happy thoughts about everything, right? And then we waited in line to see the Dead South. And of course, it was at night, right? Of course, it's a fucking concert. And I wasn't sure whether you could have knives or not. He wasn't either. So I took mine out and he had his on. And we're like, we'll just see what happens. Because he was like, it was a fucking long line too. So he was like, when we get to the door, he was like, if they're going to check metal or whatever, I'll just run back. I'm like, okay, cool. So he had this jacket on. It was a really cool jacket from Grunt Style. I fucking love Grunt Style. And I had this like, I don't know, sweater. I thought I looked cute and I was freezing my fucking ass off trying to look cute. But anyway, but fucking dying inside. So there's a whole thing with the PDA. So we're like in the long line and he's just like, why don't you put on my jacket? I'm like, no, of course not. It's your jacket. So then he was like, well, why don't you like cuddle with me then? So he opened his jacket, kind of like Superman, like you fucking like open the jacket. And I was like, holy shit. So in line, this may sound nerdy and cheesy to some people, but made me so happy. I just like hugged him the whole time in his jacket through the whole fucking line, right? So it was like really cute. We're laughing, talking, whatever. And then I'm like, holy shit, I wonder if somebody's opening for them. I'm like so fucking excited. I can't wait to see them. I'm like so fucking happy, hugging him inside his jacket, right? We fucking make it up to the front of the line finally. It feels like we're in line forever. We're probably not because I'm cold, but it feels like it, right? So we get up to the line and the guy's like, I don't remember if he was a man bun guy or not, but he was definitely like, hey, yeah, so I need to see your COVID card. And we kind of looked at each other because, of course, I have mine. The Army has forced me to have it. It's fine, whatever. Like, I'm okay with it. But I knew that he did not have his. And that's like a personal choice. So I was like, fuck, right? Because I knew he didn't have one. So I was just like, So I was trying to do my random small talk, trying to like hustle my way and hustle him in. It didn't work. So they're like, yeah, no, sir, we need to see your COVID card. And I'm like, fuck, right? So I couldn't be witty, couldn't be charming. I was like, holy shit. If I had known that they were going to check for the COVID card, I would have come up with a plan B, right? We all fucking know what plan B is, but I didn't have time to come up with the fucking plan B. So we were like, fuck. And then he was like all up. He was like, he handled it really well. Like he was like polite and, whatever, courteous. But he was like, he looked at me and he was like, you really want to see this concert? He was like, why don't you go in and I'll come back for you like in an hour or so. And I was like, fuck no. I was like, I'm here to see the concert, of course. I bought the fucking tickets to see the concert. I was like, but I'm also here to see you. So I was like, fuck it. If we can't get in, like, That's fine. We're leaving. We'll just go get like a drink or a beer or not lunch, dinner, whatever, you know? And he was like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. I was like, you know, if it comes down to it, if it's me spending time with you, the date that I'm having a lot of fun with, or seeing a concert, I'm going to pick the date I'm having fun with, right? So he was like a little upset, like, because he was like frustrated with the situation. And then I felt bad. I was like, you know, it's really my fucking fault. I bought the tickets. I should have fucking read the fine print. I didn't. Fuck, whatever. So my advice is going forward, definitely read the fucking tickets, whether you have a COVID card or not. And then this gives you time to get ready to have a plan B, right? So anyway, it was really cool that night though, because we missed the concert, which is fine. But across the street was this really nice fancy taco place. I forgot what the fucking name was. I have to look it up. For my own personal reasons, I don't know if I can remember what the name of the place was, but I really liked it. And like the waitress was like really awesome, and it was really fun, cool, beautiful, nice. It was fancy, but it had like a good, friendly vibe, and I loved it. So we had a couple drinks, we had a couple fancy tacos, we talked more PDA, and it was awesome, right? So the reason I wanted to bring that all up is everything's about first, right? So I think first are good. They're scary. They can be fucking awesome. Things seldom go the way that we think they're going to go in our head. Like I had this whole like fantasy image of like, oh my God, the Dead South. You know, he listened to them a little bit, never heard of them before, kind of liked them. But in my head, I'm like, yeah, we're both going to be like, fuck yeah, it's going to be awesome, right? Singing the whole time, having fun. Well, we couldn't get in the door. But I ended up having a fun night anyway. So that's one of the first, right? So at some point, hopefully we'll be able to see them again together, separately or together would be ideal. But I still love the Dead South, still not angry at them at all. I just wished we had seen them, and I wish I had fucking read the ticket so we could have been prepared. Anyway, so as usual, if you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, critiques, you know where to find me. I'm definitely so fucking excited and grateful and appreciative to be here. And I'm looking forward to sharing some of the fun things with my new relationship with you guys, and also some of the ridiculous stuff that happened before my new relationship, because of course there's still going to be ridiculous shit in the new relationship. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'm here for you, and bye.